What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today is not only day 5 of the 5th annual 10 Days of Pumpkin, it is also Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today once again comes from Community Beer Works, and they're out of Buffalo, New York, and this is their Pumpkin Spice Whale, the 2022 release. So they're calling this one a brown ale brewed with natural flavors. It comes in at 5.9% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this can is just over 6 weeks old. So another variant of their whale, which we will read about here on the side right now. It says the whale is an unmistakable brown ale. Smooth, surprisingly drinkable, and packed with flavor. We layer distinctive English malts with a touch of hops to create flavors and aromas of coffee, chocolate, and toasted grains. This special version is brewed with a custom blend of pumpkin pie spice for hints of cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and nutmeg. Enjoy it. I'd imagine those 4 spices are what they're using in here, which is weird. They say brown ale brewed with natural flavors. Now, the one thing about this one is you may have noticed they didn't say anything about actually brewing with pumpkin. Pumpkin. Not pumpkin as in Southern Tier's pumpkin. And I get frustrated when breweries don't brew with real pumpkin and they call it, say, a pumpkin spice whale like this one, just because I feel like it adds enough to the body and mouthfeel to kind of necessitate it, right? Unless, and this is where I'm okay with it, especially for this beer, unless the base beer I feel is good enough to hold up to the spices. And I think the Whale is a great American brown ale. So I think it's going to be a really good take on a pumpkin spice or pumpkin beer. We will see. Let's crack it open. This is the only Western New York Wednesday during the 10 Days of Pumpkin this year. So I want to grab this because this is a new release from Community Beer Works. We got hashtag proper glassware because I broke the TQ that I have that I prefer to review this in. But, you know, it happens. I've actually broke 3 glasses in like the last year and a half. Getting old, can't handle anything anymore, I guess. So that's a beautiful looking brown ale. I don't know how it's going to look on, on the camera. Might be a little darker, but in person it has really nice dark brown into mahogany hints. Yeah, it has like some ruby red tinges down here. Can't really see through it. Had about a finger of a straight up tan colored head that is now dissipated to about a half a finger. But yeah, that looks like a really nice brown ale. It has brown hint, almost has like a walnut kind of look to it color-wise. Anyway, let's get a nose. Oh, that's fucking nice. That's real nice. That's real nice. So they say pumpkin spice. I would say pumpkin pie spice, obviously. Places like to say pumpkin spice, right? And a lot of people say, oh, I can smell the pumpkin, and they're smelling all the different, like the cinnamon, the nutmeg, all those spices, and people just automatically think pumpkin, but pumpkin really doesn't have any spices. The spice is accompanied to like a pumpkin pie or a pumpkin cheesecake or a pumpkin roll that people think about. And that's what I'm getting here. This is like the innards of a pumpkin pie. So, the filling. I'm definitely getting cinnamon and nutmeg, 100% leading the way, a little bit of allspice. But then the beer that's underneath this is a brown ale. It has nice toffee and caramel, kind of a roasty kind of nuttiness underneath it. I think they said coffee, maybe a touch of like a coffee roast. I'm getting more roasty, toasty, just straight malt character as opposed to like an actual coffee roast. A little bit of chocolate as well. Yeah, this smells really good. You know what I like about this? It's doing a great job of being, the aromatics being really, boisterous, but not too much, not overkill on it. I mean, you're getting the nuances of those spices with the base beer underneath, and that's what I was kind of hoping for from this beer. So the aroma is actually fucking great. For a 5.9% American brown ale pumpkin pie spices, basically. It smells pretty good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. It's solid. Damn solid. Here's the thing. Nose, substantially better than the taste. I'm not going to lie. The nose to me was screaming high 4.25, low 4.5 right from the rip. That's how good it smelled. The taste, I don't think that it works as well as the nose, but it's still damn solid and really enjoyable. We'll go body and mouthfeel. Body in this is medium body, really nice. The mouthfeel, it's relatively soft on the palate. It has decent carbonation, but it has a nice, soft, smooth, kind of almost creamy finish. Not too much though. I will say, I don't know if they use lactose in here. I think a little bit of lactose might have bumped up the sweetness a bit and maybe like the creaminess to kind of make mimicking eating like a pumpkin pie filling or something. I think that would have helped. Again, I don't know. Maybe there is lactose in here and I'm just blind. but I don't think so. I think Community Beer Works would usually say it on the label somewhere, and they did not. So a little bit of lactose, I think, would have been nice in here. The taste. This is, and it's, for some of you, you might prefer it the opposite way around, but I think this is a really nice brown ale with pumpkin pie spices that are more nuanced and subtle, where maybe somebody wants more of that pie kind of essence in the blowing up your face hole. Yeah, I just said blowing up your face hole. I don't know what that means either. So right up front, I get cinnamon, I get nutmeg, I get all those spices right after that. And then, actually, let me take it back. A little bit more cinnamon and allspice than nutmeg right at the forefront. Right after that, it's where the brown ale hits. And again, it's toffee, it's caramel, it's a nuttiness, it's a nice toasted kind of quality to the malt, little bit of chocolate coffee. And that pretty much continues on through the back of the palate. That, I think what happens is the cinnamon and allspice kind of dive under the palate, and it's riding underneath all of those brown ale qualities. And on the back of the palate, finishes earthy, maybe a little floral. It says a semi-dry finish, mild to moderate bitterness, more to the mild side of things. Yeah, it's really nice. I will say, as I continue to drink it, I am getting a little bit of a, and a lot of people will say this, and part of the reason they don't like pumpkin beers, getting a little bit of like a pumpkin candle kind of feeling now as I go back each sip right at the front. That pumpkin, allspice, nutmeg kind of combination just hits me real quick. It's like a pumpkin candle. Yeah, right at the front. But as it passes through, that dissipates and turns in more to the brown ale, and that kind of blends in with the rest of the flavors. Like I said, the nose is like a 4.3, 4.4, something like that, without question. It smells fucking phenomenal. The taste is, unfortunately for me, significantly worse than the nose, but it's still a solid pumpkin spice brown ale. Like, I'm not like too disappointed with this one. I'm disappointed from the aspect that it didn't use real pumpkin and that the nose was substantially better. But Pumpkin Spice Whale, the 2022 release from Community Beer Works, I have no problems giving this one a, we'll go straight 3.75 out of 5. I think that's fair. So yeah, it gets knocked down like a half point, basically, at the very least, maybe like 0.5 to 0.6, something in that realm from the nose. It is what it is. Price point availability, I want to say a 6-pack of this. I think it was 6-pack was like 12, 13 bucks, something like that. That's fine. A couple bucks a can. And availability, Community Beer Works, they're in the Western New York area. I think you can buy their stuff online and have it shipped throughout New York State, but outside of that, I don't think they get outside the state. But if you're here in Western New York or New York State and get your hands on some of their stuff, if you like pumpkin spice stuff, you like pumpkin beers, give this one a go. But I will say, the Whale, if you've never had it before and you see it on the shelves, grab it. Really good American brown ale. And a lot of their variants I've reviewed like this. I think this is like the 6th variant I reviewed of the Whale, and half of them have been great, and the other half have been kind of misses. So hit or miss with the variants, but when they hit on the variants, they are really delicious. So yeah, not much more to say. That was day 5 of the 10 days of pumpkin. We are halfway through the 10 days, and so far, it's been pretty fun. Couple that have been solid, couple that have been really good, and one that's been the best beer, one of the best pumpkin beers I've ever had. So it's been a good mix. We have tomorrow, day 6 from Abomination. We have their midnight snack, the pumpkin pie cheesecake variant. Really looking forward to that one. 14% imperial pastry stout, so it should be fun. Anyway, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. If you've had a pumpkin spice beer that didn't have pumpkin in it, it wasn't brewed with it, what is your favorite of the non-pumpkin beers, basically? I'd love to know. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one, cheers. Oh yeah, 5.9%. You can't tell, and you shouldn't, and I don't, and it's perfect. Cheers.